Hey guys, welcome back. Tristan here, and I'm dedicated to helping you up your website design game and improve your web design business. Now today I'm going to be running you through what I consider the basics of Elementor, otherwise known as Elementor 101, and I'm going to be showing you how to use Elementor to produce some really nice, beautiful looking websites in a fraction of the time. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos, you will know that I'm a huge fan of both Elementor and Elementor Pro. And if you don't know what Elementor is, it is a WordPress plugin that allows you to have a drag and drop page builder to produce an entire website, which is awesome. I have been using it for about a year now, and it has massively sped up my workflow when it comes to building and producing websites. So I'm now actually able to produce a fully functioning website in literally a couple of hours, which is insane. So hopefully by you guys using Elementor, you are able to do that as well. Throughout this video, you're going to learn how Elementor differs from the very old school traditional way of producing WordPress websites. We're also going to dive straight in and take a look at the widgets within the design canvas. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the user permissions that comes with Elementor, and then I can show you how you quickly go about building your page blocks, headers, footers, inner content, everything that you need to know in order to get started. Now, before we get going, I just wanted to say that over 70% of you guys who are watching my content have not yet subscribed. So if you haven't, please hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification, and you'll be notified of future releases. Also, there are tons of videos on this channel that are helping you up your web design business, so go and check those out as well. Now guys, without further ado, let's jump on the machine and run you through this step by step. Now before I show you how to use Elementor, let's just talk through how it actually works. So traditionally, a website is built up of pages, and then within the pages you have a header and a footer, and that exists throughout every site. Then within that you have your content, be it a hero section, images, gallery, whatever, but they are the consistent regularities of a web page. Now the way that we build websites tends to be on a content management system. So let's take WordPress for example, and WordPress will handle all of your pages, your plugins, your themes, as well as your settings. Now, the themes are the visual side of the website. Now, what you see visually on the front end is actually what we refer to as a theme, and every website on WordPress needs a theme to run. Now, in order to amend the visual side of the website, you would have to edit a theme. Now, you would either have to be a developer or you would have to depend on the theme settings. Now, themes come with a bunch of different settings, and this also depends on the type of theme that you're using. None of the themes seem to have all of the settings that you're after. And then you would have to use additional plugins to allow you to add custom content, which is just a little bit clunky. And every time you make a change to the theme settings, it would then output it to the front end and vice versa. Now, if you want to make changes to the content, you would then have a separate area to do that, and that would be under the WordPress edit page. And you would edit all of the page content in there, and again, that would then spit out onto the front end. And there'd be a lot of backwards and forwards of making a small change, seeing if it worked, making a small change, seeing if it worked. So it was also very time consuming. Now life would obviously be so much easier if we just got rid of these two steps where we didn't have to amend the theme settings or the page settings in order to amend the visual side of our website, right? So that's where Elementor comes in. Elementor is a visual drag and drop page builder. And what that allows you to do is just completely simplify how you go about designing, building, and editing your website. There's a direct relationship between WordPress and the visual side of your website, and what you see on the visual side is how the website looks. So Elementor has a sidebar with a ton of widgets in it, and what you can do is just click the widget that you want and drag it onto your visual website canvas. And what's even cooler is when you've designed and built the visual side of your website, you can just hit save and the website is live, and there's no more going backwards and forwards with amending page content and editing theme settings. It saves you so much time. Elementor has a free version and it also has a paid for pro version. So we're just going to go through what the differences are, and we can figure out which one would be best suited for you. So we've got the free version here, and then we've got personal, plus, and expert, and all three of these are the pro version that's available, and it starts from only $49, which is awesome value for money. Now I do recommend, if you are like a design agency or a web designer looking to use Elementor for your projects, and I do recommend that you invest in the $199 to start with. You can use it for up to 1,000 sites, which is incredible. But let's just quickly break down what the difference between free and pro is. So with the free version, you get the basic drag and drop editor, which is awesome. That's essentially what Elementor is, and that's the fundamental tools that you need in order to get the most out of it. You've got responsive editing, and then this includes 40 basic widgets. Now the key word there is basic widgets. So these are the elements that you drag from the sidebar over to your website. And you've got 30 basic templates as well, which we'll touch on shortly. Now moving on to the Pro version, it comes with everything that you get here, plus you get a 50 additional professional widgets, and I can cover those again shortly when we start showing you how to use Elementor. It also comes with 300 Pro templates, so if you want blocks that are pre-built for your website to just drop in, then you can do. If you want full website kits, so pre-designed websites, you can again just import that and then start editing them. And one of the greatest things here that's available in Pro is the theme builder. Now the theme builder is going to give you a whole nother level of customization for your website. So this essentially means that you can design a website from absolutely nothing, including the header, the footer. If you have dynamic content, such as if you were running a blog or an online store, you can create templates for all of those things using Elementor, which is super cool. And then you've also got a pop-up builder, and you've got support as well for an entire year. So yeah, that's essentially the differences between Pro and the free version. Now let's go in and I can show you how Elementor works. So to get started with Elementor, you need to log into WordPress, and then from your WordPress dashboard, if you head over to plugins and then click add new, from here you want to head straight up to the search bar, and we're going to search for Elementor. Cool, and then from here you'll see that it's this one on the list. It's a nice big E icon, and you just want to hit that install now button. So here we go, we've installed it and activated it, and this is the screen that we get every time you install and activate Elementor. So we're just going to close that now. Cool, and then now we need to go and add our pages. So if we head to pages, and then we're going to click add new. Cool, so every time you now edit a page, you'll see this nice big blue button at the top here. So if we just give this a name of testing Elementor, I'm going to save this as a draft, or you can publish it if you're ready to, and then we're going to click the edit with Elementor button. Alright, cool, so this is our visual page builder that we have here, and you can see that we have all of these widgets down on the left hand side. Now you'll see that there's a ton here that are Pro, and they are all currently padlocked because I'm showing you with the free version. But just to give you an idea of what's available with Pro, you get things like blog posts. So if you wanted to start integrating your blog posts, you could implement the portfolio just by clicking it and dragging it on. You can have a navigation menu, so if you were building a header, you would then implement that widget to build your navigation. So there's lots of really cool stuff here, but for now let's just close that one down. Still, you have a lot of widgets on offer, so maybe you wanted to drag in an image box. You would get an image with a title and some text, and you can edit all of this here like so. Editing my title. Let's see what else we've got. So let's say you wanted to add a video. There we go, it just adds a video nice and easily. You only need to input your YouTube link and it's going to link that video up for you. If, for example, you want a button, you just click and you drag that in. It's that easy. Now let's say you wanted to change how this button looked. You just head up to the style tab here, and then you get a ton of style options that are available as well. So if you wanted to change the background, you could do so. If you wanted to change the border radius, you can do so. If you wanted to change the hover effects, maybe we give it another color, then you can do that here like so. So it's really nice and straightforward. Now on top of this, you can structure your website using columns. So if we just scroll down here and click the plus icon, you'll be given a bunch of structure options available to you. So you can have 1 column, 2 column, 3 column, 4. So let's add a 4 column structure here, and then you can simply click and drag widgets into them like so. You can, if you want, so let's add some text. You can start layering them up. So again, we've got text there. Maybe on this one we want to add a button. Maybe this one you want to add Google Maps. Like, there's so much opportunity here. If you're looking for a little bit more inspiration, or you're looking to get things up pretty quickly, you have a couple of pre-built templates and pre-built websites that we can implement. So let's have a look at those now. Now, before we do that, we're just going to click and close these. or delete them, let's say. And you can do that by simply hovering over the section and just click close or delete, let's say. Like so, really nice and easy. So in order to get pre-built websites or pre-built templates, then what we need to do is within this page, we want to click the folder icon. Cool, and then you've got an option of My Templates, Pages and Blocks. Now, My Templates are elements that you've built yourself and you save them as a template. Pages are pre-built pages from Elementor that you can just simply add into your website. Now you want to be careful because there's a couple free options here, but the most of them are available on a Pro and they will be labeled Pro. So what you want to do is I recommend hitting the Popular tab, and this is going to bring up primarily a lot of the free ones because they are much more popular than the Pro ones. So from here, if you just have a look around, there's some really nice, beautiful pre-built websites here. So we can just find one. Let's go with this one. And what you want to do is you can either preview it to see whether you like it. If everything's good, you can just click Insert. Like so, it's really that easy. And if you're lacking inspiration, this is a great way to start, because you can go through and you can change this image. For example, you would just click it, go to Choose Library, and then you can upload your own logo. Or this gallery, for example, you could go in and you can swap out all of those images. You can change this text to our cakes. You can change this text. You can click and you can drag elements to different areas of the website, like so. So there's a ton of flexibility here, and if there's anything that you don't want, again, you can just click the cross and it's going to delete it. Now let's assume that none of this text or style is fitting within your brand and you want to make those changes. That's really easy to do as well. So let's take this text, for example. If we head up to style, we can change the color. Let's put it to a nice burnt red. And if you want to change the typography, you can do so here. And we have a ton of fonts available within Elementor. So you could have, Paprika, for example, or one that I quite like is Playfair Display. Now that you'll notice that's all in capitals. So again, we can change the transformation and we can put that to default, and that's going to give us lowercase, which is nice. You can change the line height, we can amend the letter spacing. We have so much flexibility here, it's absolutely nuts. Now, once we're happy with this, we can right click it and copy. And now this is really cool. If we scroll up and we wanted to make an edit to this font as well, we can right click and click paste style, and it's going to replicate it. So that's really cool. Once you've made a change on one element and you want to replicate that, you can just copy it and paste the style. And likewise, if you want to just paste that whole element in, because we've already copied it, we can click paste and it's going to chuck it in there. So that works for all elements. You can copy any element and paste it anywhere within the page. What's even cooler is you can actually open another tab with another page and you can paste it in there as well. So this page builder is so incredibly smart. Now assuming you've got everything looking the way that you want, you need to check out how this looks on mobiles and other responsive devices. So we can easily do that as well by heading down to the bottom, and you'll see this little desktop icon, and that will give you some responsive mode options. So if we click tablet, it's going to show you how this looks on a tablet device. And again, if we click mobile, this will show you how it looks on a mobile device too. Now, one thing to note here is any changes you make in the device that you're previewing in is only going to take effect within that device. And a key thing to look out for here in this left hand panel is whether you see this little icon next to the style changes. So here we have the alignment and it's showing us on the mobile device. So that's only going to take place on the mobile. Again, same with typography. If we wanted to change the font size, this would only take place on the mobile. Things like font, that stays consistent throughout each device. It's only sort of typical style changes such as colors or sizes, line heights, things like that. Now on top of pre-built entire pages, we also have pre-built content blocks. So let me show you that now. What we can do is we can position a new content block anywhere within the website. We just need to hover over the section that we want the content block to sit on top of, and then we just click the plus, and that's going to give us back this window here. Now remember, we can either add a full width section or a column section ourselves, or we can click this folder icon. Now this time we're going to click the folder icon again. However, this time we're going to go over to blocks. So typically a website is made up of blocks. So you have like your navigation, you have your hero section, you would tend to have maybe your services, a gallery, and then a call to action right at the bottom. And this is exactly what this is delivering to you here. So if we go to category, let's say you wanted to start off with a hero section. We can just find that in the list here. And then we've got a bunch of hero sections that we can use. Again, be careful of the pro and the free versions. So let's say we wanted to use this hero section. We can just insert that. Like so. And let's assume that we wanted to get rid of this one. And there we go. We've just easily swapped out the hero section. And again, let's say we wanted to add some services. We just go to our list, search for services, and then this gives you a ton of different layouts for services. So once you've found one that you like, let's just have a little look here. This one's quite straightforward. You can just insert that one. Like so. So it's easily dropped that in really nicely. And again, if we wanted to copy this, copy our font, and apply it to this one, we have done so. So you'll notice that it moved over to the left because we've copied the style that has a left alignment. So what we can do is just head to style. When the text is selected, we can head to style. So you'll notice that has now left aligned because the style that we copied below has a left alignment. Now what we want to do is just click on the text and we want to go to center alignment, and it's going to pop it back in the center. Now remember, you can edit any of these contents. You can just click it, you can change the icons, you can add an image, you have so much flexibility. It's unreal. So the other really cool thing with Elementor is being able to apply different roles to different people that are registered to the website. So for example, if you had an editor that needed to edit the content, you could go in here and just allow them to access the content only. Now what this means is they will not be able to go in and add new widgets or drag things around the screen and essentially just cause an absolute carnage of a website, which happens quite a lot with people who don't know what they're doing. If you've built a website and you've handed it to a client, or if you have a member of your team that are managing your website, this is great because it means that they can't break anything. Essentially all they can do is edit the content. So the role manager is awesome. Here I now have a website with Elementor Pro installed onto it. And here is the theme builder that I was talking about earlier. So you can see how much capability this has. So we can design our own headers, we can design a footer, you can design single blog post pages, you can design single pages, archive page, search results, and even a 404 page. And we've got tons of little templates here that are available. Now, let's say we wanted to create a site header for our website. We would simply just click on this, and we are then given a ton of blocks that are available for us to input a pre-built header, which is really nice and fast. And remember, now that we're using Elementor Pro, this then opens up the doors to all of the headers that have this little Pro icon on it as well. So what you do is just find one that you like, let's say this one, and then just click insert. Okay, awesome. So the header has now been added to our site, and just like any other element that we've already touched on, you can edit any of this. And all you need to do now is head down to publish, and then we're going to say add condition. And adding a condition is going to say, I want this header to display throughout the entire site. So that means that you'll have a header on every single page of your website, and you only need to edit it once. So it is a consistent item throughout the entire site, which is really easy to manage. Save and close. And there you go. Once you've added a ton of global parts to your website, be it a header, a footer, a single page, or a blog post, or a store, or anything, you will find them all in here, and you will see a little preview of it here. So it's really nice and easy to manage. On top of that, one really useful thing that comes with Elementor Pro is the use of custom fonts. So if you have a custom font on your website, you can easily just import it using the custom font importer. And likewise, if you have a ton of custom icons, you can import those as well. So this plugin, guys, really does have a shit ton of functionality included in it. Even with the free version, you have loads of widgets and things that are available, and the pro version is just epic. So go and check it out. So there you go, guys. In a nutshell, there is Elementor, and I really hope you found that valuable, because when I got started with Elementor, there wasn't really a lot of this stuff online. So now you have a pretty good idea of how Elementor's working. Go away and have a go at making some websites. And honestly, I'd love to hear what you're doing, so share a comment down below, share your links. Let me know if you've got any problems or got stuck. I always make an effort to answer all of my comments, so please do leave a comment. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and hit the bell notification if you want to be notified of future releases. Go check out the other content on this channel. It's all designed to help you improve your web design business. And that's it for now, guys. I will catch you in the next one.